I bolted to Ashwood 3 months ago, running from a life I'd set on fire. Chicago was a graveyard. My engagement dead after walking in on Ethan screwing my best friend. My marketing job lost to a screaming match with my boss. My nights blurred by Xanax and cheap vodka. I was a fucking wreck, chasing a reset in a town that looked like it belonged on a dusty postcard. Cobblestone streets, white fences, a bookstore job that smelled of old paper and burnt coffee. Ashwood was my shot at playing normal. Assistant. I thought I could outrun myself. I was so wrong. The first weeks were quiet. Too quiet. I'd shelve books at Holloway's, my fingers twitching for the cigarettes I'd quit, my mind replaying Ethan's voice. "You're too much, Em." My boss, Margaret Holloway, was a sharp-eyed woman, 50s, all tight lips and tapping pens, watching me like I'd steal the pages. My coworkers were shadows, fake smiles, no substance, like they'd been stamped from a mold. I didn't care. I was too busy dodging my own reflection. Then 2 a.m. hit. A jingle crept through the dark, slow, and warped, like a music box choking on rust. An ice cream van. I muttered, "What the hell," under my breath, checking my locks, laughing it off as some late-night bullshit. Maybe a delivery guy with a death wish. But it came back, night after night, louder, closer, the notes twisting into something that made my skin prickle. One night, I couldn't take it. I woke up, heart slamming, sweat soaking my shirt. That damn jingle was right outside. I fumbled my phone, 2:04 a.m., cursing as I kicked over a half-drunk wine bottle. Stumbling to the window, I yanked the blinds. There it was, a rusted van, paint flaking like scabs, parked across from Mrs. Thompson's house. The florist. She'd sneak me free tulips, her shaky hands warm, her dear, soft enough to make me forget I was broken. She stepped out in her nightgown, moving wrong, stiff, like a marionette with cut strings. She climbed into the van's back doors. They slammed shut, loud enough to choke my breath. "Assistant." It rolled away, the jingle fading into a hiss that lingered in my bones. I didn't sleep. Dawn broke and I ran to her flower shop, my sneakers slipping on wet stones. It wasn't there. A pawn shop stood in its place. Grimy windows, cheap watches, no trace of petals, no Mrs. Thompson. I burst into the bookstore, my hands shaking so bad my keys hit the floor. "Margaret, where's Mrs. Thompson's shop?" My voice cracked, desperate. She didn't look up, her pen scratching louder. "Never been a flower shop, Emily. You spinning stories again?" I bit my lip, tasting blood. "I saw her last night." "Drop it," she snapped, her eyes cold slits. "Assistant," I asked everyone, the postman, the diner cook. Blank stares. Confusion like I'd asked about a ghost. She was gone, erased, and I was the only one who cared. Except I wasn't. Jake slung coffee at the town's only cafe. A scruffy guy with a quick grin and restless hands. Always flipping his lighter open, shut, open. He was the only one who didn't feel like a cardboard cutout. I cornered him, my mug trembling, coffee splashing my wrist. "Jake, that van. I'm not fucking crazy, right? You've heard it." My words tumbled, panicked. He fumbled his lighter, catching it before it hit the floor. "Jesus, Em, keep it down," he hissed, his eyes darting to the empty room. "Assistant." He leaned in, his foot tapping a frantic beat. "You're not crazy. But this place, it's wrong." My stomach lurched. "Wrong how?" He sparked his lighter, the flame dancing. People vanish. No trace, no missing posters, no questions. The town scrubs them out. Memories, records, everything. Locals don't blink. It's It's like their brains get rewritten by morning. His voice dropped, heavy with dread. I gripped the counter, my nails biting wood. But we remember her. He nodded, his jaw tight. We're not from here, that's why. Me, you, we see the cracks, but it's fading, Em. Some mornings I wake up and my head's foggy, like I'm losing shit I need to hold on to. I've got post-its everywhere, names, dates, to keep it real. Assistant. He looked away, his lighter snapping shut. I thought of my own journal, Ethan's name scratched in ink to keep my hate sharp. Your parents, they're outsiders too, right? They'd know. His face twisted like I'd stabbed him. They did. I called them when my brother Ryan got taken, 2 years back. The van came and he was gone. I screamed at them to help, but the second he vanished, they forgot him. They're in Seattle, so their minds just shifted. No Ryan. Never was. His voice broke, confused, lost. My chest burned. My chest burned. So, if we stay, I'm fucked, he said flat, like he'd already seen the end. You too. I tried to shut it out after that. Earplugs, bourbon, prayers I didn't believe in. But the jingle hunted me, louder each night, like it smelled my fear. It knew I was weak, that I'd always been the one who broke first, Ethan's words echoing, "You're too much." Assistant. Then it parked outside my house. I'd collapsed on the couch, a Merlot stain blooming on my shirt, a dog-eared book forgotten. The jingle tore me awake, so close, it rattled my teeth. Right fucking outside. My phone buzzed, skittering across the table. I grabbed it, my hands slick with sweat. A text. Margaret, come outside, Em, it's so sweet. My blood froze. Margaret had been gone a week. I'd seen her keys on the counter, her coat still hanging, but she was ash to everyone else. Assistant. Another buzz. We're waiting. I bit my knuckles hard, tasting iron. I crawled to the window, my breath fogging the glass. The van squatted there, its frame sagging, windows black as voids. A figure stood beside it, too tall, neck bent at a sick angle, like it wasn't built to stand upright. My phone lit up again. We see you hiding. Fuck off, I choked, hurling the phone. It cracked against the wall. I stumbled to the closet, wedging myself behind coats, my heart hammering so loud I thought it had burst. The jingle looped, endless, clawing inside my skull. I stayed there, knees to chest, until the sun bled through the cracks. It was gone by morning, but I wasn't safe. Jake and I knew running wasn't enough. We had to kill it. We broke into the bookstore at midnight, my flashlight shaking as we ripped open Margaret's desk. Her journals were madness. Frantic scrawls, drawings of a van with eyes in its grill, teeth where wheels should be. Her great-grandfather, Edwin Holloway, had fucked us all. He'd bargained with something ancient, something that chewed through realities. It gave Ashwood to his bloodline, but it demanded souls, erased them, unraveled their existence like thread. The van was its hunter, its hunger. Margaret had tried to choke it. She'd failed. It took her, twisted her into its voice, its lure. Now it was loose, ravenous, eating more than it should. We chose the old church, a rotting skeleton at the town's edge. We doused it in gasoline, the fumes burning my throat. Jake paced, his lighter sparking, his eyes wild. This better work, Em, he muttered, his voice fraying. I clutched a flare, my hands sweaty, nodding like I believed it. 2 a.m. came. The jingle started slow, then screaming. The town poured in, dozens, their faces blank, eyes glinting like knives. Some weren't right. Fingers too long, jaws hanging loose. The missing reborn is meat and shadow. The van rolled up, its doors gaping like a wound. Voices swarmed, 1,000 mouths whispering. Emily, come taste. It's free. I lit the flare, my breath hitching. Jake tossed his lighter. The church roared into flames, the heat blistering my face. The van shrieked, a sound like metal splitting, like a child drowning in tar. Assistant. The ground cracked. The sky bled colors, red, then violet, then nothing. Shadows writhed in the fire, their claws grazing my skin, cold as death. Edwin's face flickered in the blaze, his mouth a gaping scream, eyes boiling to black. Then another voice. Jake. Ryan stumbled from the flames, his skin peeling, one eye melted shut. His wife followed, her face half liquid, clutching a child whose features flickered. Girl, boy, then a maw of wet teeth. Jake, don't leave us, Ryan gurgled, his arm snapping as he reached. Blood dripped, sizzling in the fire. Jake lurched, his lighter gone, his voice breaking. Ryan? He sounded like a kid, lost. I grabbed his wrist, my nails drawing blood. It's not him! It's the van! I screamed, my throat raw. Ryan's claws curled, his chest caving inward. Please! Jake's eyes were wet, his breath shallow. I yanked him back hard. Look at it! The flames surged. Ryan dissolved, skin to ash, bones to dust. The child's maw split wider, laughing, then collapsed. The van's scream died. Silence. The church was ash. The van was gone. The townsfolk wandered off, empty husks. We'd won. I told myself we fled at dawn. My civic rattling, the road stretching into nowhere. Jake slouched beside me, staring at nothing, his hands still for the first time. No lighter, no fight. I gripped the wheel, my knuckles white. Ethan's voice clawing my head. You're too much. Assistant. The rearview mirror flickered. A shadow twisted in the back seat, jagged, then gone when I blinked. My throat locked, a choke swallowing my breath. A jingle hummed, low, slithering through my veins like ice. Then it spoke. Jake. A whisper, slick as spit, too close. I went rigid, my pulse a hammer in my skull. My nails clawed the wheel, bending, my hands shaking so bad the car jittered. You heard that, right? My voice was a frayed scream, panic spilling out. Jake blinked, slow, his eyes dead as glass. He slumped, one hand flopping loose, no lighter, no life. Heard what? His tone was empty, scraped clean. Your brother. Ryan. I shouted, spit catching in my throat, my foot twitching on the gas. Jake's brow creased like I'd asked him to name a stranger. Who's Ryan? Now his voice was dull, lost, sinking. My gut dropped cold and heavy. Your brother, Jake. You told me 2 years ago the van took him. I yanked at my sleeve, fabric tearing, my breath hitching like a sob. He laughed, a snap like bones breaking. I don't have a brother. You're cracking up. His grin stretched, not his, too sharp. The jingle grew, thick, a pulse under my skin, not outside, but in, my jaw, my ribs, my thoughts. I didn't look back. I wouldn't. Something breathed behind me, its weight pressing my neck. The van wasn't ash. It was in him. It was swallowing me.